Tired of hitting a speed plateau on your guitar and feel like you're working harder but not getting any faster? Well, jazz guitar genius Barney Kessel discovered a surprisingly simple concept that allowed him to play incredibly fast lines without complex picking methods or excessive effort. In this lesson, I'm going to show you his secret that honestly changed the game for my playing, and once you learn it, it will transform yours too. And to really dig into this and get the most out of it, I've created guitar profiles for every example, plus a bonus etude designed to help you integrate this effortless speed into your playing. You can find all of that linked on my Patreon below. So join me today and let's unlock Barney Kessel's secret to playing faster without trying harder. Alright, so where did this revelation begin for me? I was deep diving into the incredible first record by the Poll Winners, just a masterclass in jazz guitar, honestly. As I was listening, I kept hearing Barney Kessel weave these lightning fast runs throughout all the tunes. There was this one particular phrase from his solo on Mean to Me from that record that absolutely stopped me in my tracks. When I finally sat down to learn that phrase, I had an aha moment. I expected it to be technically demanding, but thought, wow, this isn't actually that hard to play. Yet it has this incredible fluid quality that reminds me of some of John Coltrane's saxophone runs, just pure melodic speed. As I analyzed the phrase, I realized Barney wasn't using some crazy complex picking system. He was simply taking a couple basic arpeggio shapes that many of us already know on the guitar, and applying a specific sweep picking approach to them. Now, here's the critical part of this secret. While these are technically based on specific arpeggios, Barney masterfully uses these visual shapes or patterns on the guitar neck in incredibly versatile ways, often over chords that aren't exactly what the arpeggio fits. Thinking of them as flexible shapes allows us to apply them in many different harmonic situations, and we'll explore that later in the lesson. So let's break down this core concept of sweep picking. So for example, our first shape that Barney uses, we'll call it shape 1, is really just a minor 9 arpeggio, and it looks like this. We go up, down, 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 up. So really it's just this shape with an added note, starting before it and after it. So up, down, 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 up. And notice I'm sweeping through this shape, just like if I was to play a chord. It's the same motion. We can also go backwards. Down, up, 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 down. In that Mean to Me phrase alone, Barney utilizes 4 distinct sweep picking arpeggio shapes. So I just showed you the first shape. Now here's the second shape he uses, which, like the first, can be played effectively both ascending and descending. All right, so this shape looks like this. This is really just a minor 7 arpeggio. So here we're going to go down, up, up, up. And then if we're going forward, then we're going to go down, 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 up. Using our sweep picking motion. So Barney also incorporates sweep picking lines that move in only one direction. For example, shape number 3 here only goes downwards. And shape number 4 here only moves upwards. So the first step is to get comfortable with these shapes and the single note per string sweep motion. So practice them slowly, focusing on smooth, connected sounds as you sweep the pick downward or upward. Now, once you've practiced these arpeggios and feel comfortable with the picking motion, let's talk about applying them for that effortless speed. So my personal philosophy is to always look for the most straightforward ways to integrate new concepts. For example, we could take a shape like shape number 1 and simply move it chromatically through a common chord progression like a 2-5-1, for example. See how smooth and fast that sounds without a ton of effort? So let's do the exact same thing, being moving our shape chromatically through a 2-5-1 with shape number 2 now. Another powerful application is leading into sweep shapes from a scale. So Barney often used shape number 1 as a 5-to-1 line. So let's try that in the key of F major over a G minor to C7 to F major, a 2-5-1. We can walk up the G Dorian scale and link it directly into shape 1 over the C7, resolving to F major 7. Isn't it cool how that all seamlessly connects? We can even introduce rhythmic variety by combining different sweep shapes within a single line. Since our last line was ascending, let's add in shape number 4, which also moves upward. So to me, it's amazing that a line like that sounds this complex and fast just by fundamentally having a Dorian scale combined with these sweep arpeggio shapes. It sounds so much more than the sum of its parts. Okay, let's move into some slightly more advanced ways that you can use Barney's sweep arpeggios. Take this line for instance. Here I'm using a technique Barney employed frequently, which is creating smooth melodic movement by focusing on the top note of our sweep arpeggio, almost like a guide tone line. In this example, I start with shape number 1 descending over a G minor chord. Then I play shape number 2 descending, but I intentionally start it on an A flat as the top note. Notice how that creates a nice chromatic movement between the top notes of the two sweep arpeggios. I then finish the line with one of those major sweep phrases Barney used in his original phrase. Here's another concept for using Barney's sweep arpeggios in a versatile way. So listen to this line. So what's happening here? Well, I'm using shape number 3 over a different harmony than Barney originally played it. So Barney used this shape over an E flat dominant 7 chord in the original Mean to Me solo. But listen to how effectively it can be played over a C7 chord. I did the same kind of harmonic substitution with shape number 1 earlier in this lesson and on this lick. So let's go back to shape number 3. If we play shape number 3 now, starting on the flatted 9th of a C dominant 7 chord, that would be D flat, right? It works incredibly well to create an altered dominant sound. So the key takeaway here is to think about each of these sweep arpeggio shapes not in just the context of where you learn them, but to explore other harmonic possibilities with them. Just because you first learn to sweep a G minor 9 shape doesn't mean it's the only way to play that shape. Experiment and see where else these guitar shapes or arpeggios fit and sound interesting. Lastly, I want to explore what happens when we combine various sweep shapes together to create longer flowing lines. Let's take this phrase for example. It's amazing how much of the fretboard you can quickly cover using this idea and concept. Here I'm combining our sweep shape number 1 with another sweep pattern taken from the end of Barney's original phrase. As long as you ensure your sweep picking motion lines up correctly between these two shapes, it'll feel great and sound fantastic. This combined phrase can be played in reverse as well. So let's try putting everything together into a complete 2-5-1 line. First, we can start with our combined arpeggio phrase from just now. Then maybe we use shape number 1, like Barney showed us, to transition smoothly from the 5 chord to the 1 chord. And finally, we can finish our phrase with that signature major tag that Barney plays in our original line. So how cool is that? You now have this amazing sounding sweep line that covers a lot of ground on the fretboard and, with practice, can be played very fast with surprisingly little effort. So remember to check out the Patreon for the guitar profiles and the bonus etude to help you integrate these concepts into your own playing. I hope this lesson helps you unlock that effortless speed in your jazz guitar playing, just like Barney Kessel did. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and what other jazz guitar concepts you'd like to see me cover in the future. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Patreons of this channel. Without you guys, none of this would be possible, and I truly appreciate your support. Alright, that's it for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to always keep swinging.